primary agriculture commodity and focal point of elaborate ritual, the history of yam runs deep in certain tropical cultures, notably West Africa and Central Africa. Commonly compared to U.S. sweet potato, yam is symbolically associated with culture and ritualism. From the annual festivals to the beneficial nutrients for fertility to the delicious authentic cuisines, yam is one of the most loved starchy vegetables in Africa. Question: when you think of yam, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Like a dish or whatever.
Sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato fries.
Sweet potato fries. Ooh, yeah.
The casserole. That's sweet.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving casserole. Any more?
That's all I got.
Is that yeah? Awesome. Now let's be clear. One very important point. Sweet potatoes are actually not a type of yam. Yams are not a type of sweet potato. They are both tuberous root vegetables that come from a flowering plant, but they're not related whatsoever and do not really have a lot in common. Shocking, right? Every Thanksgiving, grandma or mom makes sweet potato pie or something, some type of casserole or whatever, and we're like, oh yeah, looking forward to these yams. Not knowing that we're misinformed, that they're actually not yams. Because most people are poorly informed due to some guy, I don't know who, came up with this thing that everything associated with sweet potato was a yam. No, it's by far from the truth. There's a big difference and a much significance between the two. Would you be surprised if I told you that all those times you thought you were eating yams, you were eating sweet potato, and that you probably never had a true yam? So, sweet potatoes and yams are two distinct and very different vegetables. Yams are native to Africa and Asia, majority of crop coming from Africa, and Nigeria being the #1 producing exporter of yams. Yams come from a genus called Discoria and have thick tubers that can reach up to 120 pounds, containing accurate principles that is dissipated in cooking. So Nigerians that celebrate yam, we have festivals, we have ceremonies that we incorporate yam into. It's a really big thing in our culture, and it's present in like traditional fertility and marriage ceremonies. Why? Not really sure yet. Yam versatility is why most love it. It can be pounded, it can be boiled, it can be fried, it can even be baked for delicious cuisine. It's a great source of energy. It's composed of complex carbohydrates and soluble dietary fiber, a source of B complex vitamins, vitamin C, A, beta-carotene levels, and much more. Yam's history is different from most eaten vegetable. So what's the difference between sweet potato and yams? First of all, yams are not really that available. You have to search high and low just to find some real yams. And honestly, it's really sad because us being in America or whatever, meaning when I say us, I mean like Nigerians, we love it. We eat it like every Saturday. It's like Saturday Yam Day or something. And it's like when you're trying to keep that going, especially with a family or whatever, it's hard here because it's like you have to like search high and low. When you do find it, it's like $11, $10 for like one tuber, which is really costly, you know. So, true yams are botanically distinct from sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes come from the morning glory family with skin colors from white, yellow, orange. There are two types. There's a firm one and then the soft sweet potato. Yams are related to lilies and can come in small or jumbo sizes. Compared to sweet potato, they're starchier, drier, and hard to find, like I said. Yam is more significant due to its association with culture and ritualism, meaning, like the Igbo tribe, which is another tribe of Nigeria, that comes from Nigeria, they celebrate in August and September, and it's a time for traditional dancers and drummers and masquerades and dressing up in the village. They're celebrated because the New Yam Festival is a symbolism of fresh crop and availability of fresh food all over Nigeria and Ghana. Research has proven, which was the research I actually watched, was a documentary that I was watching one day about just giving birth. And I was watching twins and triplets and quadruplets getting born, and at the end of the documentary, I saw that they did like a survey that showed that out of all ethnicities, 1 out of 25 women, Nigerian women, produce twins, triplets, or quadruplets with a link to yam. Now, I don't know if it's because that's what we love to eat it or what, but it was like, wow, because when I think about it, in my family, we have a lot of twins. And like, I never like thought about, oh, was it because we eat yam? No, not really. Like, it's just like, I thought it was just Saturday yams, you know, nothing spontaneous about it. So, you know, so it kind of just brought me to perspective, like maybe yam is really a significant thing with the body and producing fertility all conjoined. So, from a quote from my great-grandfathers, yam has always been celebrated because it's very important to us. It said Mary Eze at the New Yam Festival in the village of Okpo Dunukofia in Anambra State. So, yam is not only used for traditional ceremonies and festivals, but it's also known for producing impeccable cuisines. When I tell you, my favorite dish, which is known for, it's a big dish known in my tribe, well, specifically in my village. I'm part of the Jabu people, and we're known for eating ikokore, which is made of water yam. So it's cut up, then it's grinded, and then you use like red palm oil, and you cook it. You can put dry fish. You can put all sorts of delicious meat in it, and it comes out like a porridge-like. So, quote, my joy knew no bounds when my mom brought a big tuber of water yam from Duna's kitchen. It shows how much that like one little yam thing or one piece of vegetable, whatever, can bring so much joy to somebody, because you know whatever we're about to make with it is about to be on point. so its versatility is mind-blowing. Like I said, you can boil it, you can cook it, you can fry it, and when you fry it, you eat it with like a type of spicy stew, which can be used for an appetizer or whatever. So, to give you a picture of the difference between sweet potato and the yam I'm discussing, vegetable yam, the orange one is the sweet potato, as we know, and the tuber that's big like this, that's the yam, that's the vegetable yam. So that's the big difference. So when people say they're eating yams or whatever, casserole yam, you're actually not. You're eating sweet potato yam, unfortunately. You know. So though yam can never be consumed uncooked, when cooked, it has great health benefits. It is known to be a good source of energy, contains dietary fiber that helps reduce constipation. It's a source for B complex vitamins, small amounts of vitamin A and C. Yam also contains copper, calcium, potassium, and iron. Besides their use for food, yam is a symbol for greater things. As you can see, with all the things we eat it for, we're not even knowing that it has such great benefits in it. And you know, because I actually think when I eat it, I do have a little energy after, and I'm able to start my day. And that's probably why we eat it on a Saturday. It's like to not be drowsy, to not like waste our day away. But we actually eat it so we can start our day and actually get some things done. So in conclusion, though compared to sweet potato, yams are consumed as starchy vegetables. Yams are significant in African cultures during festivals and ceremonies. Yam can be prepared in various ways and holds beneficial health nutrients. If you've never had a true yam, trust me, come to my house. I have a lot in the freezer.